Going on to you Scorpios out there, smash the like button. Hope y'all are having a great day. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. All right, it will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to be able to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. Let me see. Shout outs to everybody who came through. Shout outs to everybody who watches these videos. No matter how many small views I get, mid-cap views, large views, larger views, appreciate y'all anyway. So for you Scorpios, you have the Hangman, the Six of Cups, the first three cards, Hangman, Six of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles, right? So these three cards right here for you, very much so, are in a Scorpios, right? A lot of you very much so have someone coming back in. They're trying to make amends with you. They're trying to apologize, and hopefully the two of you can start dating again. So this will really be your decision to make on whether or not you will accept them back. The Hangman represents, this may take a little bit of time for you Scorpios to really think about it, because you Scorpios may be thinking about if it is valuable for you to seriously even reconsider having someone that you kind of already was trying to date back into your life. A lot of you Scorpios don't want to get in touch with this person again, and this person ends up doing the same thing that they did the first time, because it's going to frustrate you Scorpios, because you thought that you would have learned your lesson, and then now you feel like you may end up having to live it again if it was to happen where they would start up with their games. But the Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles represents that they're trying to reassure you that it is not going to happen again, and that they actually do want you, and they do want you in their life, right? The Ace of Pentacles also represents how it is that they see themselves as a much better person compared to how it is that they were the first time that the two of you was hanging out with each other. They see themselves as actually acting like a jerk, and they know that they were being a jerk, and they feel like they wish that they wouldn't have done that from the very beginning. They wish that they would have not been acting like a jerk, and they would have shown you a lot more consideration the first time around, because they did not necessarily plan to actually, they did not plan for them actually liking you Scorpios. They thought that they would have been able to run through you, use you, you know what I mean, for whatever it is that they were trying to use you for, and you Scorpios would have just been okay. And that's not necessarily even really the case. The case is that you Scorpios essentially got out in time. And what kind of even more so backs that up is the Five of Pentacles. Excuse me, the Five of Cups, excuse me. The Five of Cups is about how... The Five of Cups is really about regret, right? Remorse, regret. Them not wanting to be like that in the first place. And you know, they wish, like I said before, you know, the Six of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, Five of Cups, they wish that they wouldn't have disrespected you in the first place. They wish that, you know, maybe the two of you would have still been together if they wasn't such a jerk. So a lot of you very much so is like, okay, you, like I said, the Hangman, you need some time to think. You need the ability to actually break away and really think, and not be bothered by the nonsense and worry about the nonsense that has to deal with this type of stuff. Not really be worried about it. I see that a lot of you Scorpios really want to make sure that, like I said, you just want to make sure that they're not going to pull the same thing again and have you feel like you're not worth anything. especially if they pulled something on you before and then they came back after all this time, tell you that they're interested, and then they try it again. That's going to really get you on your nerves, you know? So you really hope that they really are a better person the way that they're trying to make it seem like they are. The Three of Swords now is about how it is that, you know, they're heartbroken. You know, just like you're heartbroken because they did this to you, they're heartbroken that they did this to you. Like I said, they wish that they would have gone back in a time machine, or they wish that they would have done it correctly the right way, and not even go out of their way to really blame you Scorpios, or take it upon you Scorpios, or try to play with you Scorpios in the first place. They wish that they would have essentially been much more respectful to you. And if they knew that they was, let me show you the cards. If they knew that they wasn't necessarily ready for a relationship at that time, they would have just had stated that, instead of wasting you Scorpios this time acting like a total parasite trying to get some form of money or benefit out of you. And a lot of good on you Scorpios, because what it is I'm seeing is that you Scorpios got to a point where you cut them off. You said, look, you know, they have to actually respect you, and that if they don't, then you're gonna decide to not have them around, because ultimately there's really no point in doing that in the first place, right? Like they didn't have to make you feel very small just so that they could, I don't know, get their point across that they want to be respected. You know, a lot of times people go overboard with it when they find themselves disrespecting other people, but then they don't want to be disrespected, you know? And all of that is because, oh, you know, you need to value me. And it's like, but they have to understand that we're taking chances. We're always taking chances. We're always taking chances. You know, we're always essentially taking chances. I've said this in numerous videos. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. And if people want to just remain lost, then go ahead and let them remain lost. I've said this before. I've proven it, shown it, put references on it, gave resources on it. Just because you know, that whole ideology, once again, of you are what it is that you are attracting is hogwash. Okay, you could, you know, I know a woman who's married right now, who's on YouTube, 100 some odd thousand subscribers, said it herself. Just because you're a decent person doesn't mean that you have a golden ticket to a wonderful or an amazing relationship. That doesn't mean that. You can still meet weirdos along the way. You just have to not allow yourself to get caught up with them spending so much time hanging out with them. Then that kind of makes you look a little something, like, you know, a little weird or whatnot. Did I used to do that in the past? Absolutely. But, you know, you got a lot of these individuals who come on here who act like they're functional, and when you're trying to get to know them, they're trying to get you to chase up on after them. I'm not chasing. I will leave. And if you want to ridicule me, go ahead and do that. I'm still not chasing. That doesn't matter. That doesn't change the fact that I'm deciding to not allow someone to have to waste my time, you know. And it was the same thing for you, you know. The star card now is about how, so you, again, some of you Scorpios may give them a second chance. You may really give them another chance where you hope that they really get their act together in the first place. And the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles is really about how it really is about how, you know, you want them to be reciprocal. You want them to actually give back, because if they do not, you will leave them alone. I'm seeing the Okay, the last two cards are the Eight of Cups and the Justice. So this is about like one or two situations had happened, right? Either, I should say one or three situations happened. Either you told them not to do it again. Okay. Either this is something that already happened recently, where you told them, okay, you'll give them another chance not to do it again, and they did it again. This hasn't happened yet, or it's happening right now, the beginning stages of it, where you're thinking about it, or they have just reached out to you recently, and you just now started to talk to them again, and they're telling you all of this stuff about how they wish that they didn't play games with you in the first place. And that you're thinking about it now and thinking about legitimately giving them another chance. Or it's a combination of the two, in the sense that you didn't tell them. I should say, not even a combination of the two. I'll probably say something else, where you didn't tell them anything. You wanted to see how it is that, they would move. And then they're still moving a certain kind of way, like they didn't learn anything. And then now you Scorpios are like, you got to bounce because based upon principle. You can't allow yourself to be caught up in the same scenario that you were in, where they were showing you that they had liked you at first, or maybe they didn't even show you that they liked you at first. But either way, they are ignoring you. And now you Scorpios, it's time for them to actually show and prove that they like you so much. And then now they still can't even come through with that. So I'm seeing one of those three situations. And all of these situations apply uniquely to your situation. But I definitely see you Scorpios recontacting or coming into contact one more time with someone that you used to really like, that you wanted to get to know. You really like this person. But unfortunately, this person did not, I should say, want to actually be real with the situation. They wanted to come up with all kind of excuses as to why they can't actually be with you, or why you ain't squat the first time around. This is the first time around. They made you feel small, like I said before. Very small, microscopic. They made you feel small. They made you feel like you were worth nothing. Because here you Scorpios were trying to, show them that you had liked them from the very beginning, and they wouldn't put in any kind of effort whatsoever. And it would seem like they would make time for so many other people, everyone except for you. Let's clarify the Justice. Ten of Pentacles, the same cards. Four of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit. Okay, cool. And the Five of Wands. I thought it would have came out like the same, like the Libra video that I just did. So to clarify the Justice, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles, okay? All right? So these three cards right here are about how it's take it or leave it. You Scorpios want to build something with someone, but it doesn't necessarily have to be with them. If they choose not to, if they choose that if they want to act up again, again, it doesn't have to be specifically them. It really could be, it really could be someone else. Point is, you Scorpios definitely have a plan. You definitely want to get to know somebody, be with them, build something with them. And it really can be anyone that you like. It's not necessarily somebody that it's not necessarily somebody that will overplay their hand, or somebody that makes it seem like you Scorpios have to deal with them. You Scorpios don't have to deal with anybody that you don't want to. The Hermit and the Five of Wands, is about, because if they start, I'll say this, if they start up with you again, they've got some real issues. You know, for them to come by again and then say that, you know, say all of that, and then out of nowhere, now all of a sudden they're making it seem like they're going back to their old ways. These are people that really made themselves look real crazy. So, you know what I mean? For some of you where this hasn't necessarily happened yet, this is about how it is that, you know, the two of you need to see. The two of you need to see. Don't you Scorpios start creating fights. Just kind of sit back and see what type of time they're on, and see if they're willing to actually put in work, you know, long term, or if they're just turning back to their old ways. Obviously, if they're going back to their old ways, don't have them around you.